being done, a complete renovation that's just part of the Devon Towers project. I am with Brian, who is really kind of in charge with Minick Materials with the materials that we're providing for the project. And so we're going to do a tour, and he's going to explain some of the materials and what they are, why we're using them. Okay, I had to stop because there's nothing more fun than walking out on a job site and seeing your materials all over. We've got them here, we've got it over here, we've got it back over here. That's exciting. Hey, Brian, tell us what is in this bag right here.
This is black obsidian rock right here. We've delivered about 200 tons so far. This is to go around the edge of the pond that we're going to see later on down the road. This is a quartzitic stone. It's a decorative gravel.
Okay, Brian, around Minick Materials, I've been hearing a lot about CU soil. What is CU soil exactly for someone who's like, I mean, I do know the difference because I've been around it for several years, 20-something years, but explain to someone who doesn't know the difference in soils, what exactly is the CU soil? Where did it come from? Go for that.
CU structural is a special soil that we produce. It's a rich soil to provide excellent growth of the trees, but it provides structural properties. So you can put concrete over the top of that. The roots will grow through that, and I don't know how to put that. I guess they would flourish, and the roots would grow through that without upheaving and pushing the concrete up. It would grow right through it.
Well, what's in the soil that actually helps do that? What's the properties?
There's a special aggregate in a soil, a rich topsoil, a special aggregate and a polymer that allows that soil to stick to the rock. So it provides the structural capabilities and also rich soil.
And from just hearing and talking about it, I understand that this type of soil was a very scientific procedure. There was a college that did a lot of experimenting, and it's something that's taken a lot of work to get out there to get the right piece of, or not piece, but the right mix to be able to do this and to have it work properly.
That's right. Cornell University is a university in New York City that developed this soil. There's a specific specification, a lot of different properties, and a lot of certification that had to be done to do this, and we have to be licensed as a mixer to produce the soil.
So that's kind of a neat, kind of an honor almost for Minick Materials, because they were selected to be able to do this because they knew the integrity of our company and stuff to be able to help produce this material, and that it would work, and that it would be something that other people would see and want to use on their job sites.
It is an honor.
Okay, well, let's go look some other places. Brian was just telling me about all the different materials that are here, and now we're kind of like in a central area where we have some smaller piles of all the material. So I'm going to let him tell you. Now, Brian, how many materials did you say?
We have an excess of about 20 different types of materials we're supplying out here right now.
Wow, and it sounds like a lot of them were specifically mixed for this job.
They are. We have a specific soil mix that they've specified, a soil blend that we blended together. There's a specific size of decomposed granite. There's all kinds of different limestones, you name it.
So is this that soil that you were talking about, the CU soil that's underneath the trees?
It actually is. This is kind of some excess CU soil that they had left that hasn't been covered up, so it's not mixed correctly and it's dried out. But this was CU structural soil.
Okay. And then, if you can spin around, what was this material back over here, Brian?
This is decomposed granite, a specific size of decomposed granite. This is a 1/8 inch to 3/4 inch decomposed granite.
And then the crusher run over here, you said was?
It's called ODOT Type A. It's a manufactured crusher run limestone.
One of the things that Brian said was so neat about this job is you can go, there's so much stuff going on. He said that you can see him, piles of dirt over here, they're digging here, yet they're planting trees at the same time. So there's just a lot of action going on, and we're right in the big middle of it. So let's go find some more stuff to do. Okay, I just wanted to stop and show this. This is so cool, just looking at this going down here. And if you've been at the Myriad Gardens, you know what this has looked like before. So this is so exciting to me. I've been here when my children have done musicals, and I think Shakespeare's in the parks and different things. So that they're taking this much effort to redo it and make it look beautiful is really exciting to me. And I'm going to tell you in a little bit when we get somewhere where it's a little quieter, the whole project, why they're doing it, where the funding is coming from, and it's really a neat thing. It's something that I'm really proud to be part of living here in Oklahoma. So this is great. Okay, now we're on the east side of the construction with the big glass area right behind us. Oh my goodness, I have to show you this. Oh, more Minick Materials. Brian, how many semi-loads was this?
Right here, there's about 3 semi-loads of black obsidian backed up.
I love to see that name on there. That's awesome. Okay, over here, I'm going to let Brian kind of explain to you what's going on and what they're going to do for this side.
Okay, right here, this is the east water feature. There's going to be about 500 tons of moss boulders total. You can see they've formed everything in concrete and they're placing the moss boulders around that. This is going to cascade all the way from the top all the way down here to the bottom. There's going to be about 11,000 yards of our special soil mix by the time this is done down here.
So this is all going to be water all flowing down into this. Where we're standing is going to be underwater.
It is. And all this obsidian you see that's backed up here that we've supplied, it's going to be all around the edges, all the way around.
That black rock, that's going to be beautiful. Very pretty.
It is.
It's a little bit quieter down here, so I'm going to kind of talk a little bit. You know, as an Oklahoma, as a taxpayer and stuff, you know, or during different economic times, it's kind of interesting to see all of this construction going on something like this. But the reason that we are able to do this job here in Oklahoma is because of the Devon Tower that's going up behind us. When you have a large company come into a town or into a state, they have a project called TIF. It's a taxpayer incentive funding that usually it will be a benefit for the person that's building the building. Like for Devon, it'll be his sales tax and stuff would be a benefit back to them as part of encouraging them to build in your state. However, what Devon chose to do is to turn that around, and he wanted it put back into the state of Oklahoma, into this downtown area. So he said what he wanted done, and it was to beautify this area. It is incredible what's going to be happening. The thing is this is going to be his front yard, I believe, to his building. So he wants it to be beautiful, and he has a heart for Oklahoma. So I'm excited to see this, knowing that that's where it's going, and knowing that it's being supported by a company who cares enough about our state. There's another project called the Project 180 that's going on that we're going to come and we're going to do also, that's just beautifying all the street area. So that's another large project that's going on. So we were looking at the building, and they are at about,
I believe that's about 22 floors there, Teresa, and they're completing a floor a week.
We were on our way out, and I saw another thing that I wanted to show you, because this is kind of fun. This reminds me of the driveway job that we did at a home that we videotaped. This is that pile of decomposed granite.
This is 1/8 inch desert gold decomposed granite.
And they're using it, okay, Brian said, give me the layer on this, Brian. What's the layer? You said underneath the soil, underneath this
Okay,
is?
you see the concrete base here. Underneath the concrete is our CU structural soil. These are kind of a demonstration mock-up, if you will, for the architects of the different type of Italian granite inside the building. And they're using our 1/8 inch decomposed granite as the base material for the Italian granite.
So it's just layer after layer of Minick Materials, and we like that too. We like that.
We do.
That's awesome.